Can a simple exchange of glances say it all? In the world of celebrities, yes. And this time, it happened between Demet Özdemir and Sarah Bluma. It all took place during a gala night. Lights, cameras, perfect dresses, and an unexpected tension. It wasn't a phrase, nor a scandal, just a gesture, a look. Enough for Demet to leave the event with one certainty. She's jealous of me. She didn't shout it, she whispered it, and did so with the confidence of someone who no longer needs explanations. Demet wasn't referring to what Sarah said. She was talking about how she looked at her. A glance that tried to be subtle, but betrayed a hard-to-hide emotion. Insecurity. The greeting was polite. The smile, strained. But what was felt was something else. Tension, coldness, a space that was no longer neutral. Demet didn't seek to compete. She simply observed. "I no longer compete with anyone," she said calmly, but it seems she does. And though those words weren't said on camera, they reached the ears that mattered. Sarah replied publicly, "I'm not jealous. I just expect respect." But her eyes said more than her voice. Demet noticed. She knows that language well. She has lived it ever since she became part of Can Yaman's public life. And what she read that night wasn't annoyance. It was an inner struggle, a clash between the present and the shadow of the past. Both women are strong, successful, independent. They don't need validation. But when they share a past with the same man, the emotional terrain becomes complicated, not out of rivalry, but because of history, because of wounds, because of memory. Demet didn't intend to hurt. She didn't provoke. She just said what she saw, and she saw enough. The gala went on. Cameras captured smiles, but backstage, what lingered was that moment, that look, and the public noticed. Did you see how they looked at each other? Who looked away first? Did you notice Demet's calm? Comments spread quickly. Because the audience understood what nobody said, it wasn't a confrontation. It was something more subtle, more real. Can Yaman said nothing, but those close to him say his silence was uncomfortable. Because he knows that Demet and Sarah represent two very different yet equally intense phases of his life. And while those phases no longer overlap, they're not forgotten either. Since that night, Sarah has changed. She became firmer, more present, not with Can, but with herself, as if she needed to reaffirm her place, as if something shifted inside her. Because sometimes you don't have to lose something to feel like it's already gone. Demet, on the other hand, kept moving forward with the serenity of someone who no longer needs to prove anything. Her stability bothers more than any statement, because the past doesn't hurt for what it was, but for how strongly it still lives, even when you're no longer in it. "I've already lived that chapter with him," she said privately, "and if someone needs to mention me to feel secure, that's no longer my concern." She didn't say it in public, but the message was received, like a soft fragrance that lingers without needing presence. Sarah hasn't been defeated, but she's alert, and it shows. Because when insecurity comes from within, shadows can't be fought with words. And in the smallest gestures, those who know can sense the tension. Not because there's a choice to be made, but because two stories coexist. One that ended, and one still seeking confirmation. Demet doesn't want to go back. She never hinted at it, but she won't allow herself to be erased. Because her story isn't a threat. It's a fact. One that, even if uncomfortable, remains. Like a chapter that can't be torn out. Sarah's look that night was just one page. But Demet had already read the whole book. And so had the audience. Because in the world of celebrities, what isn't said is what's most deeply felt. Demet Özdemir is not just any woman. She's one of those who disturb others with her clarity, her quiet strength, and the way she decides without asking for permission. Yet, it seems she's never been judged for who she truly is, but rather for what people wanted her to be. The shadow of her past with Can Yaman still follows her, as if she's not allowed to move on, to make mistakes, or to rebuild herself beyond that idealized love. Many still expect signs that she feels something for Can. Others blame her for everything that went wrong. They say she didn't appreciate him, that she left him for another, that she toyed with the feelings of the most beloved actor. But few ever stop to ask, how did she feel? What did she think when the world treated her like a traitor for simply starting over? Where is the empathy for a woman who, like everyone, just wants to be happy? Some comments hurt, like the one saying she never measured up to Demet, or those comparing her to other women as if it were a contest for Can Yaman's heart. Why so much cruelty towards someone who simply loved, lived, and moved on? Doesn't she also have the right to close chapters, to air, to let go of what harmed her? Demet has shown she doesn't need scandals to be seen. Her talent speaks for her, her intense gaze, her emotional depth, her dedication to every role. She is not a hollow figure, but for some, that's not enough. Her worth is still measured by how close or far she is from Can, as if her world only had meaning orbiting around him. And the worst part, she's accused of coldness because she doesn't feed the drama, doesn't respond to every rumor with tears or tantrums. But that's not coldness. It's control. It's maturity. It's dignity. While others play into the spectacle, she remains reserved. She protects herself. And in a world where everything is exposed without filter, that is nearly revolutionary.